It's one of the biggest challenges facing the country, and it's at the heart of the government's reform agenda.
We have got a very big, broad, ambitious housing agenda, which is about building more homes, because that's the best way that we provide more affordable options for people who are trying to get a toehold in a difficult market.
But it's in places like the Wallandilly region on the outskirts of Sydney where rhetoric splits from reality. Cassandra Mast and her siblings used an inheritance from their mother to invest in land, believing it would be the pathway to building a new affordable home.
We wanted to do something that would honour her, and she was always about welcoming people into her home, making sure anyone in trouble had a place to stay.
After buying a half-acre block last year, almost 2 years after the previous owners began the process of subdividing it, the project remains mired in red tape.
We've had to remove so many trees and so many plants for the fire regulation, even though the fire rating was downgraded. In between the time the first application was made and us starting construction.
Anyone doing a renovation or building a home knows exactly how Cassandra Mast feels.
We've got too much red tape and regulation. We are not seeing enough innovation in housing. How are you guys? Good morning.
Housing Minister Claire O'Neill has been touring the country in the lead up to next week's roundtable, talking to home builders who've been telling a familiar story.
We had a good chat with one of the builders here before, and he said to me, you know, a decade ago, the hard part about building a house in this country was the actual building. The problem now sits in the approvals and the delays.
Building houses in Australia has become more challenging, tangled in paperwork and costly. According to a recent study by the Housing Industry Association, almost half the $1 million cost of a house and land package in Sydney goes into regulatory fees, taxes and delay.
It is made up of cascading taxes like stamp duty and GST. It can take, you know, up to almost 12 months for a planning approval to take place, and then of course for the build itself to take place.
Few dispute housing has become one of the worst intergenerational fairness issues of our time. But unlike previous efforts to fix the problem via demand-boosting incentives like first home buyer grants, the benefits of which have often flowed to older generations of sellers, the emphasis today and next week's roundtable is about increasing supply.
We are hoping that there will be discussions around how to make the delivery of housing more productive, how to address significant amounts of regulation and red tape, to look at all the things that are holding back the delivery of housing supply.
The much-hyped economic roundtable is all about momentum building. 3 days of talks have been scheduled. The only problem? The government's messaging over how ambitious they should be has risen and fallen like the tide.
I expect, I anticipate, I welcome tax being an important part of the conversation.
The only tax policy that we're implementing is the one that we took to the election.
The whiplash has stoked speculation of tension between the Prime Minister and his Treasurer, though both are denying it today.
Are you and the Prime Minister in lockstep about what this roundtable will ultimately achieve?
Completely.
We talk every week, almost every day. We talked yesterday. We talk every day, either in person or exchange messages.
I think it has been a very worthwhile thing that we are shaking the tree for ideas, and the Prime Minister and I are aligned in the way we go about that.
We are up for big reform, whether it's strengthening Medicare, the changes to childcare, the benefit to education.
Despite the bold talk and the Prime Minister and Treasurer's media blitz of the last few days, almost pre-budget-like in its intensity, it's far from clear what the roundtable will ultimately achieve. For now, major tax reform is off the table. Unions are pushing for regulation of artificial intelligence and a 4-day work week. But as we've seen, it's in housing where hopes are highest.
It is a slow ship to turn around, but we are seeing some changes.
For people trying to build homes now, it can't happen fast enough.
If we can add a home, and someone else can add a home, and someone else can add a home, we won't have a housing problem. We don't need huge developments.